I wanted to do a video that's a quick introduction to the creative project and that briefly outlines what you'll need to do for days day one and day two of the creative project, which are due on Tuesday and Thursday of this upcoming week. Of course, the original creative project was designed so that you would perform with your classmates an original production in class, and of course that can't happen now, which is unfortunate, but we are going to make the best of it, and we're still going to have some really exciting work. So the first thing that you need to know is how to access your project groups. So when you go to all of your virtual classroom pages on your modules, so Meet the Creative Project Day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the creative project, you will be automatically sorted into your project groups. But also, if you are still unclear on it, go to People on the left side of your Carmen page, click that, then click Groups, and then you should see who's in each group. Those groups were completely randomized by Carmen, in case you're wondering why you were in those groups. So what you're going to do generally for creative project is together with your groups. By the way, I'm clicking back to my Carmen page in case you're wondering why light's changing. But anyway, you will together come up with a production of a play, and you'll choose one of the play texts that we've read to serve as a foundational text, and you'll use that as inspiration and build on it. You're not just going to reproduce a scene. You might retell it from a different point of view, reset it, create a new story with the same characters, develop a new scene inspired by the original, write a prequel or sequel, any other ideas you might have, okay? And then you will come up with a concept together. You'll develop a script. You'll really hone in on characters, and you'll theoretically cast famous performers in it. So it'll be fun. Things for you to know. The points breakdown is all there on the guidelines. Note that the way that assignments are broken down is that on odd numbered days, those are discussion assignments that are due on Tuesdays by 11:59 p.m. So days 1, 3, 5, and 7. And so what needs to happen there is each group member will have an individual posting due on those days. And then on Thursdays, which are even numbered days 2, 4, 6, and 8, each of those days there is a group posting. There's essentially a group decision that is due by 11:59 p.m. on those days, and that decision is uploaded by the stage manager of each group to the odd numbered discussion day of the day before, if that makes sense. So, for example, this upcoming week, on day 1, you'll meet your team, you'll introduce yourself, you'll ask questions, and then you'll make your pitch for what role in the creative project you're interested in pursuing. So something important about that, there are groups of 6 and there are some groups of 5. And there are 6 possible roles in the creative project: playwright, dramaturg, stage manager, costume designer, scenic designer, and sound designer. So in groups of 6, there will be one person who fills each of those roles. So you have 6 people, and each person fills one role. 6 people, 6 roles. However, in groups of 5, one of those roles will not be formally filled by a person. So individual work for that leftover role is not required to be turned in the production book. However, each group needs a playwright, a dramaturg, and a stage manager, and then at least 2 designers. Okay, so for groups of 5, you can't have 3 designers and a playwright and a stage manager, or 3 designers and a stage manager and a dramaturg, or any combination. You have to have a playwright, or any combination like that. You have to have a playwright, a dramaturg, and stage manager, and 2 designers. And designer roles are incredibly important, but for this project, we're trying to get as big of a swath of theater roles as we can get, so we don't want to be have kind of a disproportionate amount of designers, if that makes sense. Again, designers are incredibly important. So, and in the future, hopefully next week, I'll make really short videos about what the specific expectations for all of those roles are. But you don't really need to know those specifics when you're choosing the role, because you're already familiar with these roles through your lectures and readings. So you'll pitch that. Everybody will have an individual posting due this Tuesday. And then on Thursday, whoever you've elected as your stage manager will post to that discussion board your group's decision about who is who. So hopefully that makes sense. And then as you go on, you'll come up, with a concept together. You'll decide your foundational text. You'll come up with a theme. You'll develop a script. You'll really hone in on characters. You'll cast it, and you'll eventually submit a production book, and that will be due. That is due by 11:59 p.m. on April 23rd. Although individual work is due 2 days before that, so your stage manager has time to put everything together. And of course, there are deadlines throughout the semester, so keep up with them. You'll be great. I'm really excited.